Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the SystemSoft Technologies LinkedIn Live series, Ask an Expert. We really appreciate you joining us. My name is Laura Mayu with SystemSoft Technologies, and I will be your moderator today. Today, our experts will be talking about connecting data to business value for both sales and marketing through omnichannel analytics. We welcome your questions anytime throughout the event. Feel free to put them into the comments section of the event platform. And if you're not able to get to your question today, please rest assured that we will follow up with you post-event. Now, I would like to introduce our experts. First, we have Krishna Koluru, who is the Director of Marketing Technology and Strategy at SystemSoft Technologies. Hello, Krishna. Thank you for joining us.
Hey everyone, my name is Krishna Koluru. I work here at Systems of Technologies as the Director of Marketing Technology and Strategy. I have over 19 years of experience with the last 10 years around data analysis, laying the foundation for analytics and leveraging those insights to define and execute marketing strategies. So thank you so much.
Great, thanks, Krishna. Also joining us is Sathya Buri, Chief Technology Officer with Lysium Analytics. Hi, Satish. Thanks for joining us.
Hey Lara, thanks for inviting. Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon everyone. So my name is Sathya Buri. I'm a CTO at Lysium Analytics platform. It's a data-driven analytics platform. And just my background is my life is around data. I was at Oracle for 11 years and then I hopped around few startups. And I'm glad to be invited today for this call. Thank you.
Absolutely. So I guess we'll go ahead and get started. We're going to kick it off with talking a little bit around some of the current challenges in data analytics. And I think, a lot of companies are really moving towards a data-driven marketing strategy, but with that comes a whole new set of challenges. And so my question to, the experts that we have on the call today is, from your perspective, what are some of the major challenges that organizations are faced with? Satish, I'll let you start.
Yeah, sure. I mean, as Laura's mentioning, enabling a data-driven stuff is all starts with the data, right? So the data is the center and the data is oil today. So you need to make sure you have the right platform to capture all the data, like where you need to get from different sources, integrating all the data and make it available for everyone. So it's basically getting the data, processing the data, and analyzing and make that analytics available for everyone in the organization. So those are the key things. So and that will really enable getting a 360 degree of everything what's happening in the organization, in the marketing, in the sales, all about the customer and prospects, so you can get a complete picture of the stuff. And it's not easy to one of the challenges people go through this process, basically how do I integrate the data? Oh man, I have like 50 sources, how can I get the data access? So the data integration is one of the critical, making sure we have the right tools and right integration technologies built in, so it's easy to acquire the data, capture the data, and do all the analysis in the platform.
Yeah, those are definitely some really good points, and I think they, are certainly have a pretty dramatic impacts on organizations. Krishna, what is kind of your thoughts on the topic?
So the way we can reach out to the customer, right, in this digital age, we've seen that there are so many channels and mediums through which we can reach out to the customer. Like you have your social media channels, you have direct mail and other channels, and you name it, you have different sources through which you can reach out to the customer. But one of the biggest challenges with regards to data is really understanding the customer journey as to how they are kind of engaging or trying to engage with the brand, and how they are navigating through the brand, as well as what is the next thing that is very big with them with regards to the relationship with the brand. So really understanding this customer journey as to how they navigate through the brand and how they engage with it in order to build a lifetime value, as well as a source where there is a unified view of the customer journey. Like you have multiple sources, as we talked about earlier, but then there is no single view of a campaign that runs across different channels. Being able to provide that a unified view, no matter what the data source is, from a kind of direct or digital campaigns, that is one of the key challenges that we have today. Apart from that, another big challenge is organizational silos, because you have your sales teams, you have marketing teams, you have digital teams, and you have your physical stores teams, and other different, depending on the organization and the industry, you have different teams. But there is the silos in the individual sectors, which needs to be broken and provide with the common KPIs or reporting that is easy to understand for everyone, that is kind of aligned with the organizational goals and targets that are set forth. So that is one of the other key challenges with regards to data analytics that many organizations in the market are facing today. And that is one of the things that we also identified, where we've seen we have our sales platforms, we had our marketing platform, digital platforms, but we really didn't we researched a number of platforms that we could leverage to get those insights as needed, to meet all the needs. And that's where we kind of, the need, necessity is the mother of invention. So that's when we figured out the need, that we need something that kind of aligns with everything, that to help us understand the customer journey and give that unified view. So that's kind of where this whole thing started off.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think those are some critical points. And I think talking a little bit about, the misalignment on the measurement is kind of a good segue into our next topic. And we're going to, kind of dive in a little bit and talk about, what is the importance of omnichannel analytics, and really how does it help sales and marketing and sales teams collaborate better. Krishna, I'll start with you on this one.
Sure. So one of the key things, as I was mentioning earlier, you will have different sources through which you can reach out to the customer, and you have all this data coming in through different channels. But one of the key things is to really understand the customer segments. So, for example, when a customer engages with the brand, they have an affinity towards certain things that are associated with the brand. It could be the channels, it could be the content, it could be the categories or product, it could be promotions or coupons, depending on the industry that you are in, as well as certain other segments where you have existing customers who've been engaged with the brand for a very long time. But then there is a risk and propensity segment where you have a risk that the customer is kind of looking around for, based on the other affinities and other things that we talked about, and looking around for trying to engage with the other brands as well. So one of the key things is with omnichannel analytics is being able to understand these segments and things about the customer, basically giving a 360-degree view of the customer, to be able to help us understand which marketing channels do we invest in to optimize our investment from an organization standpoint, as well as helping the customer engage with the brand through the channel of their choice, with the messaging of that is really appealing to the customer, and kind of giving an impression to the customer that the brand really understands my journey through my needs in my personal life, and really gives me what I need in terms of a product as well as messaging to help me make a decision. I think that's one of the key things where we really need to, the importance of omnichannel analytics comes in. And then one of the key things, as I was mentioned earlier, is you have existing customers with whom you really need to continue to engage to build a lifetime value. Because as most marketers would really agree with, the cost of acquiring a new customer is way more compared to kind of retaining an existing customer. So that is one other reason why you need to build a relationship with the customer to help ensure that you understand. For example, if say, let's take an example, right? Say if in the retail industry, you have a customer who probably bought shoes that are worth $250 or something. When you're trying to reach out to the customer and try to engage them like through the life cycle of the customer's journey, you want to kind of understand the customer's needs and not try to send a messaging to the customer with regards to another product that is kind of launching within 30 days of another shoe brand that is not really what the customer needs at this point of time. So it's kind of, you need to reach out to the customer in such a way that something that kind of goes with the previous product that the customer brought, kind of a complete the look journey, where you have a jacket or a pair of jeans that kind of go with the shoes, and try to engage with the customer and give a promotion or a coupon to kind of build that lifetime value to actively engage the customer. So that's one of the other things that really helps you understand the importance of basically omnichannel analytics.
Yeah, those are great points. And, a good example around with omnichannel analytics, that 360-degree view and how you can really personalize the experience for the customer. Satish, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, as Krishna mentioned, I mean, the core is basically like, personalizing the customer experience, right? So the more you understand the user behavior, in this case, like, the prospects or customers, like, the more you understand the behavioral, so you can have a better response to them, like, what they're looking, and how you can navigate their path, like, what is the next thing they should be interested to see based on like what you know about them. So these are all like just in time data-driven points. So all these things can be enabled only if you have capturing all the data at every instant, either through clicks or web or any other channels, whatever their impressions. So all these data points can collect and connect, and you can stitch them, and you can analyze them, who is coming from which location is coming from, which vertical is coming. Based on that, you can have his path is well navigate, what it will be the interest to him. So at the end of the day, you need to respect his time he's spending, so give the right information the right time, right? That will enable you to maybe he may not be the right fit of the customer, he no needs to waste the time. Maybe he's the right fit, then how you convert the a lead to a qualified lead to convert to the sales at the end, right? So this is all this happens with enabling the data driven culture and the platform and the analytics in the organization. So it can do a lot wonders.
Yeah, absolutely. And, certainly all of those points are good, key indicators on how omnichannel analytics can really help sales and marketing teams collaborate together. We're going to kind of move to a new topic and talk a little bit around ROI. So I think, all organizations are looking to increase our ROI in both their marketing and sales efforts. But, a lot of teams are really being tasked to do more with less. And omnichannel analytics opens the door to some really meaningful insights. And so my question for our experts here is, how can these meaningful insights really help accomplish that? And Satish, I'll let you kick this one off.
Yeah, sure. So I think you're right. ROI is the biggest thing for any of the company's executives, right? They really want to. I think marketing is the most spending mission in the company. So they are the people spend a lot of money. So they are front end of the company to get the customers. So and you need to really have a complete insights for executives, okay, am I getting the right returns for my investment? So that's what they'll be asking every time, okay, how are its performance, how do you see the performance, what are the KPIs? So marketing will be spending money in a lot of channels, but which channel is performing better? Is it LinkedIn or Instagram or email campaigns or live events or virtual events? Everything needs to be measured, so that all that information can capture in the platform with all the data driven platform. So you can really see oh, my LinkedIn live is really performing well, I have good visitors, good qualified people, I see a lot of conversion happening that one. I have webinar, I see some people, it's a good conversion. But I may find a event on Tuesday morning have a better performance than a Friday, right? When to schedule the stuff. So there are a lot of data points you can capture from the stuff and optimize your thing, when to do what and which channel is performing. All these things happens only with the data, right? So that's the visibility you get with the process, and you can automate this process, and you can also come up with some models. We have the scoring and predictive models based on the time and location and the event and the channel, which has a more prediction of getting more leads and more conversions. So this is all the things, as I said, there are more and more vendors, and the data driven analytics is not it's a one time thing. I built this analytics, I'm done. It's a journey, right? You need to be adaptable with the changes and the challenges, how competitors are doing, what you guys are doing, what you're learning. How can you provide that feedback to the analytics and make it better and better? So it's a continuous process.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, some huge impacts when it comes to, automating the process and being able to really reduce time, reduce productivity, and a lot of critical factors that go in there. Krishna, what are your thoughts on this?
So one of the key things how meaningful insights really impact ROI is it basically helps organizations reduce the failure of launching a new product and or even service or offerings depending on the organization by using these insights about customer preferences, because every customer is different and every customer has different preferences on how they would like to be communicated. Say for example, some customers, like we talked about the different segments and affinities in our earlier discussion, where certain customers only prefer physical mail to come in with coupons and stuff, while some people don't mind getting push notifications and other things with regards to new products or new promotions that are going on with a certain brand. So you will be able to kind of basically reach out to the customer based on their preferences. They probably want marketing communications to be sent only 30 days, every 30 days, or every 15 days, or they only would like to receive email communications only, no text messages or push notifications. So really understanding the customer's needs and how they would like to engage with the brand. And that kind of also helps you reduce the failure when you're trying to launch a new product or trying to kind of promote certain products to kind of achieve what we talked about earlier with regards to lifetime value. Apart from that, the other thing that we also discussed that meaningful insights would really help is combining the sales, right? Like we talked about organizational silos. You have sales teams, you have marketing teams, you have your physical field teams or stores teams that have their individual KPIs or goals or targets that they need to achieve. Until the point of you achieve an omni-channel analytical solution or onboarded, you will see that the organization silos will continue to kind of exist, and you will see that there is no democratization of data. There is no common consensus about what KPIs that we need to achieve together as an organization, and how do we better understand our customer no matter where they are trying to shop with us, be it stores or physical locations or even digitally or through the app, whatever the platform is. So I think that it kind of brings together different sources and really helps you understand where to invest to optimize your investments, as well as to help enable the customer feel personalized, like Satish mentioned earlier, and really engage with the brand from on a long-term basis.
Absolutely. So we talked about some of the challenges with the data-driven strategy, along with the importance of omnichannel analytics. But really, when it comes to omnichannel platforms or marketing attribution software or tools to use, there is a ton of options on the market. So what are maybe some of the top things that you should consider before investing in a data analytics platform? Satish, I'll start with you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So, I mean, one of the key thing in enabling any business, data-driven business, like having a right data platform in place, data analytics platform. So, I think if you guys are looking at a new one, I think some of my recommendations or suggestions basically make sure it's a modern platform, it's a cloud-native platform, it has integrated modern analytics tools bundled into the stuff. It has integration capabilities are like with out of the box connections to the marketing sources, and also look like what is giving today in the platform, what is platform capable of, like for your future growth. So make sure it's completely agile and adaptable to your needs. So because what is today is like is only one thing, what you don't know what's going to need for next 5 years or something, right? So you need to make sure that agility is there to extend, like for the future needs. So and make sure it has fully governed and security is like built into the stuff. So these are the couple of few things what I suggest, like people should have in the platform. Same time, like what by looking at all the stuff, like we have built this platform on the Snowflake, like which is cloud native platform. That's how like all the visualization tools are integrated to the platform itself. So it's also not only like modernized platform, it also like a usage based business model. So you pay only you use more, so that's really economical, like for the business.
Yeah, I think those are some great points, and certainly having a platform that will evolve as your company evolves as well. Krishna, what is your perspective?
I think there are a number of solutions out there that really can do individual things that most organizations need, like depending on which side of the organization you're looking from. But then having the flexibility that really aligns, having the platform with the flexibility that really aligns the dashboards or the data insights based on the user versus kind of a set data dump kind of a thing from a common database really is something that you should be looking forward to when you try to select a platform. Apart from that, trying to, I mean, there are a number of companies out there that will be doing solutions and stuff on a long-term basis, but uh, there are very few organizations that really are platforms that really have customization as part of the offer, where you will be able to customize the connectors depending on the team or the part side of the organization that is really looking at the platform, where you can really build a solution that is really tailored to the needs of the organization, no matter what channel you're looking for, because which is basically the omni-channel view that is most critical for organizations to be successful and optimize their investments when you're talking about marketing investments into different channels. So that's where a tailored solution that is really customizable, irrespective of what data source that I'm trying to look at, to understand the customer and their journey, and to provide a personalized experience to the customer. That is something that you should really, top things that you should consider when you're investing in a platform that you need for, analytics or marketing attributions. One of the key things, like from a feature standpoint, it's basically the self-service capability, something that anyone in the organizations can really go skip through the platform, enter their credential, information, and be able to educate, self-navigate themselves, and try to, get the insights they need to be successful from a organization standpoint, as well as a team standpoint. I think those are some of the key things.
Yeah, those are all really, really great points. So then how can SystemSoft Technologies help with some of these discussion topics that we reviewed today?
So I'll take this one up. So one of the key things that SystemSoft Technologies has been really focused in, based on the need, like I mentioned earlier, right? We had a need to really understand the sales coming in. How do we convert those leads into opportunities, potential opportunities, and actively engage with the customers and provide them understand the customer journey and provide them the experience that they would need. We've built a solution called Lens IQ, which basically is an omni-channel data insights platform, where you can connect up all your data sources like social media channels, video hosting platforms like Vimeo. You have your BrightTalk webinar platforms. You have your Google set of products, Google SEO and analytics. You have your CRM email platform, which is HubSpot. You also have Dynamic CRM. And then you have your social media management platform called Sprout Social as well. So you can connect your data sources by entering your account information, and then within a matter of minutes, as soon as the data is extracted from your system, from the data sources into the system, like Satish mentioned, it's a secured Snowflake cloud account specifically assigned to the customer. It will automatically provide insights within a matter of minutes. So that's kind of one of the key solutions that we've built, where it's kind of what we talked about earlier, a very customizable. We will, based on the needs of the organizations, and it's a easy plug and play solution that is ready for offering.
All right, thanks, Krishna. I think that's a great overview. So now we're going to kind of move over into our questions for discussion. We had a few that came in. And so the first one is, what are the options when it comes to attribution modeling? And is it a set configuration or is it customizable?
So marketing attribution, right? One of the key things is it depends on the organization. So because depending on the industry and the organization, you have some customers, some organizations or industries that would be able to convert within a matter of 9 days. Sometimes it takes like 18 days, 27 days. You have different attribution, windows through at which point, like it takes multiple visits for a customer to literally convert if you consider the retail industry. So one of the key things is basically the solution that we are talking about is it will understand the customer's journey, and we will provide automated insights which will help you understand how, at what point, or at what through which channel we are able to kind of like multi-channel attribution, that you will be able to help convert the customer and optimize your investments as well as engage with the customer to provide a personalized experience.
Okay. And what does the customization process entail, and how long does it take?
So the solution that we have in place basically is out of the box. If you consider the out of the box solution, which is easily usable for most organizations, irrespective of the industry, it should be available within a matter of 15 days to less than a month, just to kind of tailor it further to the needs of the organization and ensure we have access and other things kind of provided, and certain things set up, foundational setup. Otherwise, we can work with the organizations to kind of understand the needs, like requirements and stuff. We can come up with a prototype and then communicate to the customers with regards to when the final solution is readily available for them to use. So we'll engage with the customer as and when needed. We collaborate with the customer, and we will be able to build a very tailored solution leveraging the foundation that we already have from a platform standpoint.
Yeah, really tailored based on the organizational needs. Our last question that came in for today is what type of connectors would be available from day one?
Like I said, Omnichannel, we started off as we discussed, like based on the need and other things for most organizations. It's kind of Omnichannel where you have your Dynamics GP, you have Dynamics CRM information connectors that are also available. Social media management platform like Sprout Social, which takes care of your Facebook, Insta, Twitter. We have LinkedIn connector. We have basically Vimeo, which is the video hosting one. HubSpot CRM, as well as we also have a another one called HubSpot, and then Bright Talk as well, which is a webinar hosting platform as well.
All right.
So those are out of the box once available, but any connector, if it's a basic requirement from the client with regards to, say, for example, someone has a store connection. We also have Squarespace, SquareUp actually, which is kind of physical locations software that most organizations, retail as well as finance and other things use. So that is also available out of the box. But we can work with any potential customer to kind of understand the needs and give them a very reasonable timeline where they can have the solution readily available.
All right. Well, great. Thank you, Krishna. So I think this wraps up our time for today, but I really want to thank everyone for joining our Ask an Expert series on connecting data to business value for both sales and marketing. I hope you found the discussion insightful and beneficial to your business model. If you would like to learn a little more about omnichannel analytics or how it can help improve your ROI, please contact us at sstech.us/LensIQ, or feel free to reach out to any of us on LinkedIn, and we'd love to continue the conversation. So thank you so much for joining us today, and have a great day.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Looking forward to connecting with some of you. Feel free to reach out, as Laura mentioned, through the link or through LinkedIn. We can schedule a free demo and walk you through the foundational solution or build a solution tailored to the needs of your organization.
Sure. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you.
it. Yeah.